That's what I wanted to talk to you guys about today and the group and what we're doing here. So big part of that is just like learning to do something. Skateboard and roller skate. I did all the aggressive inline sports and I did the flips and all that. And I'm a nerd and I like to code and program and all this stuff, but just like doing it for the first time, anything that you may do, see yourself, put in your mind some image of something you've done. If it's, wakeboarding, some people get up the first time. I've tried to wakeboard 50 times in my life. Can't do it. I can do a bunch of things. Can't wakeboard. Horrible. Sucks. Whatever. But think of the things you can do. And for the first time to succeed and learn and master, if you got to that level, which I feel like in some areas in life we've all reached, if you follow me, what I'm trying to say there is like, do you feel like you know me? Do you feel like you know my brand? Why do you follow me? That's something you need to ask yourself about who your audience is. Ask those same questions. Like in our guides, a lot of the times I'm saying, look, people are judging you. This is how they're looking at you, all that kind of stuff. So, are you building a book that you can pass on, or are you building a list for your company? Is what the question becomes. And wouldn't it be nice if, when you left a company, you could, contact everyone that you knew when you left and be able to do that afterwards? And that's the kind of things that I think about. I built relationships with people over a decade when I worked with this company, and I worked doing infrastructure as a service. I just don't want to say the company's name, so I don't want to give them a hard time or anything. But I worked in like data centers, and so I built relationships with these people, and I don't know how to contact them outside of like the way that I'd always contacted them inside of work. So anyhow, you see, I feel like I've been somewhat, successful doing the branding and all that kind of stuff. And I've really been working with a lot of other people to help them receive that success. So all the leads and contacts and interests and I got wound up disappearing in thin air while I was working for someone else because I wasn't building a list for myself. And, I basically had to learn that the hard way. That was like over 10,000 contacts. It's easy to make thousands of contacts a year or what have you, when you're meeting with people directly. So I just wanted to come to you guys and say today, please don't make that mistake. I know we have the tools here to help you. And it doesn't matter what business you're in, for the longevity, the success, your success. Those two things are essential, right? Brand yourself and build your list. Every seven-figure earner that I've sat down with or met or read about or I can't think of a single story where it wasn't them saying, hey, I spent this time to brand myself, my name, and build my book of contacts.